IGE is all about interconnection, so bridging the gap between very different people all the way around the world. In today's world, we live in a very social environment. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have cell phone connecting people from all around the planet. But before, in the past, not so much. People in Europe, people in China, people in Asia, and Africa all thought of them as being very different people, even maybe potential different species. But IGE went a long way in erasing any idea of that before. As a student, I learned a lot of different things here. For example, one of my teachers asked me to make a map of Africa. And after a few minutes, I realized I didn't know anything about Africa at all. I didn't know where Ghana was or where Ethiopia was in relationship to the two. I knew South Africa was at the very bottom because it's South Africa. But beyond that, not so much. And it really went a long distance to show that, as much as I think of myself as a very affluent college student, knowing about a lot of different stuff around the world, that's not always the case. One of my teachers also made me draw a map of California and asked me to draw in all the river system in there. And besides the Colorado River and just one little river from the Sierra Nevada all the way down to the Bay of San Francisco, I can draw anything. It turns out there was a lot of river, but a lot of them have been irrigated and dried up in the past, simply due to farming practices. That also went a long way to show that I didn't know a lot about what used to be the environment here in Southern California, and what we have lost since then. IGE is definitely one of the best programs out here. You learn a lot of things, something new every single day, and it's been one of the most fun I've ever had in any of my classes. A lot of people, when confronted with the idea of doing this massive paper as their capstone project, they struggled with coming up with an idea. But one of my teachers told me that, hey, you could do this on anything you like, anything you think you can write a big paper on. And so because of that, I decided to go in a very different direction from a lot of people. I'm an environmental biology student, so I was very interested in the environment. So I decided to write an entire paper, an entire 18-long page paper on composting with worms. No one had ever heard of the idea before. No one had ever even considered the idea for a paper. And when it came time for the project fair, I got a lot of people coming up to my little booth saying, hey, what is this? I never heard of composting with worms before. And why would anyone want to do that? A lot of students quit right at the end. And they work hard. They've been working hard for 2 years, and then at the very end, at the start of the third year, they have to take IGE 223, which is the environmentalism class. Now, you're so close to the very end. It's the second to last class, and a lot of people quit. But if you can, stick through it. I mean, a lot of people might not care about the environment. I certainly do, because I am an environmental biology student. But a lot of people may not. But you're so very close to the end, and you learn a lot about a whole lot of stuff that you never even thought of. The environmentalism class is about finding solutions for these problems, not about just discussing climate change or how we're trashing the ocean. We're talking about how we can get the trash out of the ocean, how we could potentially change the climate to be something better in the future. A lot of people are also scared of the 224 class, which is the big capstone project paper where you have to write a 15 to 20 page paper on whatever you like. And that freaks a lot of people out. But don't be afraid. This is an opportunity, not just some horrific thing coming at you in the future. No, you could write a 20-page page on anything. I wrote my page on composting with worms, for example. A very silly idea, but I was interested, and I was able to really get a lot out of this paper. I heard other people wrote their papers on Twilight, for example. Other people wrote about their identity, who they were, and what kind of culture they grew up in, and what they expanded into. A lot of different ideas. You could do anything you like, and it's an amazing opportunity. I hope you stick through it, because it will be a fun experience.